Brazier here with Channel 6, Pile of Sticks. We're having an interview with up-and-coming tennis star Asa Berlin. Asa, why don't you tell us a little bit about your inspiration? What made you become such a phenomenal tennis player?
Well, Dan, let's take this in my mind. Dan, I was back in Nam, you see, and my regiment, if you will, we were on a little mission through some little Vietnamese town that just been ravaged by bombs, and it was tragic. And walked into a hut, and there's a little man in there, a little Chinaman, and he was dying. He was just so tiny. I picked him up in my arms, like, little Chinaman, are you okay? He's like, no, but what I need from you is, he asked for my name. I said my name is Asa. He said, Asa, please win Wimbledon for me. And the little Chinaman died right there in my arms.
Right there in your arms?
Right there in my arms.
That must have been really emotional.
It was, and so I was kind of dedicating myself to that little Chinaman.
That's pretty great. Well, that's phenomenal inspiration. Tear to my eye. Why don't you tell us a little about your training regimen? How are you preparing to win Wimbledon and I guess justify the death of this Chinaman?
Well, for one, I'm on a strict diet of Diet Serum Mist. As you see, it's that's not diet. What is this? Where's my diet? Whatever, can drink that. Let's get a new one over here. I don't know. But I drink Diet Serum Mist a lot, Dad. It really gives me the hydration I need. And also, I try to run at least a mile a week. It keeps me in shape for those long, grueling tennis matches. I also tan a lot. So, I don't get this. I feel that's important to look good, also play good. And I eat a lot of power foods, like Twinkies. It's like, keep me going.
Yeah.
People say eat spaghetti, but I don't believe in that. I'm actually against spaghetti, if you will. So yeah, that's kind of strict diet and strict workouts, man. That's how I do things.
Alrighty.
Staying in shape.
Well, that's obviously a very invasive, brutal workout you have there. Why don't you tell us a little about your family history? How do they support you in what you do to this point?
Dude, I don't talk to my family, man. My family? Come on. Dude, they slowed me down. I ditched them a while ago. My mom was always like, Asa, come see me. I'm like, you woman. I got tennis to play. Little Chinaman says so. I don't know where my dad is. I think he's off working in the coal mines or something. I don't know. I had a girlfriend once, but she said something about, I don't know, like, I'm glad the war's over. I'm like, that little Chinaman died for no reason. Like, I'm not glad it's over. I want to go back and save some more. I'm not glad it's over. So yeah, I dumped her. So I don't need family. Let's slow you down. Pretty much for the week, Dan.
Yeah.
Remember that.
Well, I heard a little bit about earlier about how you went to find your inner soul. You went to a cabin in the woods. Can you tell us a little bit about how that cabin adventure really helped you find get back in touch with that Chinaman spirit, and how that really helped you become the star you are now?
Yeah, I had a good time in that cabin. Actually, I have a replica. Bill, if you would, there's over there in that little log cabin. That's exactly like the cabin I stayed in, except the one I stayed in was a little bit smaller, and that one has indoor plumbing. Because, I mean, who can go without indoor plumbing? But, alright, back to me, come on. Alright, and, it really I got in touch with myself as a person. I ate grubs for a while. No, that wasn't bad. I didn't know how to start a fire. And that was a problem. So, I had a lighter, though. I had a lighter thrown to me. My agent. That's pretty sweet. But yeah, other than that, it was really hard. And I'm really glad I had the electric blanket. I just put it that way. The electric blanket made it really easy. But yeah, it was still hard. Some people say oh, that's like a sissy move, but it's not. Use your resources. And my resource was an electric blanket. But it really helped me find myself, and it made me realize how those little Chinamen lived. Some of them lived like that. That's just horrible to think about.
It's awful, not very many electric blankets in Southeast Asia.
There's not.
Commercial time.
What's that? Do you have insurance on this car?
No.
It must be Eagle Man.
I've got something for you.
Oh, look at those low rates.
We can edit that out.
You got 5 minutes left.
5 minutes left, what?
Yeah. Like you're at 5 minutes.
Alright, whatever. Oh, okay. Just wanna restart that question.
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Electric blankets.
I'll think of a new question.
No, start off where you said no.
Okay, maybe one more commercial.
Alright, making the pizza, making the pizza. Sprinkle the cheese, sprinkle the cheese. Hey, if you're looking for the best pizza, wings, subs, and salads, you need to give us a try. Eat in, take out, or deliver to your door. The huge line of specialty pizzas is second to none. And with 3 different restaurants to choose from. That's right, 3. Gang Mills, Lawrenceville, Elkland. Making the pizza. Making the pizza. So stop on down to one of 3 great locations or call us up to let our crews hook you up. Oh yeah!
Electric blankets.
Oh yeah, it's awful. They don't have very many electric blankets in Southeast Asia.
They don't. It's actually single digits, I think, is the numbers of electric blankets. That's why I'm starting my new foundation. It's called ACES Electric Blankets for Little Chinamen. So yeah, definitely donate to that. It's a good cause. You know?
Well, why don't I heard you got your start as a professional tennis player. It all began. You were community college.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
why don't you tell us about your educational history and how that really made you, the worldly man you are today?
All right. Yeah. Well, actually, this is a pretty serious story. Growing up, I'm not proud of this, Dan, but I dealt actually in 3rd grade, and that I was probably one of the biggest drug dealers in my 3rd grade area, and it really, I got caught in 4th grade, and I went to a correctional facility. It turned my life around. I kind of went through my rest of my days like that. I'm like, hey, I'm better than that, you know? I'm better than all of you. So I just kind of went through that mentality. And I got to high school, and I got drafted. And I did that stuff, you know, and Little Chinaman, you know. And I come back, and I go to college. I went to Tri-C. You ever heard of that?
Yeah.
Tri-C, yeah. Great college. I majored in English. Yeah. And I minored in,
Certainly explains your way with words.
Thank you. Now, not a lot of people appreciate that, man. I'm glad you do. I'm sick of these people, like, I don't appreciate it. It's just not cool. So yeah, I majored in English, and I played tennis for a little bit. And, no, like, the Chinaman's words weren't, like, they haven't set in yet. But then, once they finally set in my senior year at Tri-C, I was like, whoa, man, I can do this. I have a gift of greatness. I need to share that. So, it's just kind of, it was, I don't even know how, words can't describe it. I mean, I'm sorry, I can't describe that right now.
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to ask anything that unsettling. Well, hey, so why don't you tell us a little bit about, your hobbies? What are you doing when you're not, donating electric blankets to Little Chinamen and working towards winning Wimbledon?
Well, Dan, I love online poker. I love poetry. I write poems a lot. Rhyming ones. Free versus stupid. Rhyming takes talent, you know. And of course the old guitar, you know. My Lord, Chinaman. Kumbaya, my Lord, Little Chinaman. Motto. It's a simple motto. Disrespect women and acquire currency.
It's quite a life philosophy you have there.
Indeed it is.
Well, I guess that wraps things up today. Remember, kids, disrespect women and acquire currency. We had a lovely time talking with such an inspiration, professional tennis player and sure to be future Wimbledon champion, Asa Berlin. Asa, it was lovely.
Oh!
Yeah.